Everybody is looking for a way to break free from the ground, to soar above the clouds just like the birds. Welcome back, fellow history enthusiasts. You're watching Legendary Anime Tales, where we bring history to life with a unique anime twist. Imagine a time before cities, before writing, before the wheel. An early human looks up and sees a bird soaring, dancing on the wind. Grounded by gravity, they wonder, why can't I do that? This longing is the seed of a dream, the dream of flight. It's a rebellion against gravity, woven into our DNA. Myths like Icarus capture this desire, wings of wax, a warning, a fall. But these stories also celebrate our daring spirit. Centuries later, Leonardo da Vinci sketched flying machines, ornithopters, helical screws. His ideas were ahead of their time, blueprints for the future. Across the world, stories of flying carpets and winged gods echoed the same wish, to break earthly bonds. We wanted to see the world from above, to touch the clouds, to join the birds. This shared dream connected humanity. It was a silent promise. One day, we would find a way. We just needed the right tools, the right minds and courage. The dream of flight was universal, waiting to be realized. From ancient myths to Da Vinci's sketches, the longing to fly never faded. It was more than fantasy, it was a challenge to the impossible. The sky was calling and humanity was ready to answer. The journey was just beginning. The dream of flight would shape our future. We would not be earthbound forever. The age of flight was on the horizon. The first real step into the sky came with hot air. In 1783, the Montgolfier brothers in France launched a balloon, humanity's first ascent. Their passengers? A sheep, a duck, and a rooster. Balloons rose but drifted wherever the wind blew. The dream of controlled flight remained out of reach. Inventors turned to gliders, machines with fixed wings. They leapt from hills, hoping to glide, often crashing but learning. Otto Lilienthal, the glider king, made over 2,000 flights. He studied birds, shifted his weight to steer, and proved heavier than air flight was possible. His work inspired a new generation. Among them, two brothers from Ohio, owners of a bicycle shop. They devoured Lilienthal's research. They were ready to take the next step. Balloons showed us the sky was within reach. Gliders taught us how to control our path. Each failure brought us closer to true flight. The dream was alive and the world was watching. The next leap would change everything. The age of powered flight was about to begin. The sky was no longer the limit. Enter Orville and Wilbur Wright, bicycle mechanics with a vision. They built a wind tunnel, tested hundreds of wing shapes, and studied lift. They realized control was as vital as power. Inspired by birds, they invented wing warping, twisting wings to steer. Their gliders evolved, tested on the windy dunes of Kitty Hawk. December 17, 1903, the Wright Flyer with a homemade engine was ready. Orville took the controls, the engine roared, and the flyer lifted off. 12 seconds, 120 feet. Short, but historic. It was the first powered, sustained, controlled flight. The dream of Icarus, Leonardo, and countless others had come true. The world barely noticed, but a new age had begun. The age of aviation. Humanity was no longer bound to the earth. The Wright's method, test, learn, improve, became the blueprint for innovation. Their success proved flight was not magic but science and persistence. The impossible was now possible. The sky opened to all who dared to dream. The journey from myth to machine was complete. The world would never be the same. The dreamers had become doers. The future of flight had arrived. The adventure was just beginning. Airplanes quickly became tools of war. In World War I, flimsy planes scouted, then fought in the skies. The invention of the synchronization gear turned planes into deadly weapons. Fighter aces like the Red Baron became legends. War accelerated aviation. Planes grew faster, stronger, more agile. After the war, the race for speed began. The sound barrier loomed, a wall of air few thought could be broken. In 1947, Chuck Yeager shattered it in the Bell X-1, unleashing the jet age. Jet engines soon powered airliners and military jets worldwide. The world shrank. Breakfast in New York, dinner in Paris. Each breakthrough was a rebellion against limits. Flight became a symbol of progress and possibility. The sky was no longer a boundary but a gateway. Technology soared and so did our ambitions. The airplane transformed how we lived, fought, and connected. The dream of flight kept evolving, pushing us higher and faster. The jet age redefined what was possible. The spirit of daring and innovation endured. The sky was conquered but the dream soared on. The next frontier awaited. The dream of flight reached beyond the sky, into space. The space race began, fueled by Cold War rivalry. In 1961, Yuri Gagarin became the first human in space, orbiting Earth. He saw a world without borders, a blue marble in the void. Tragedies like the Hindenburg, Challenger, and Columbia reminded us of the risks. But the dream endured. Today, drones deliver packages, jets cross continents, and probes explore distant planets. Rovers crawl on Mars, spacecraft orbit Jupiter, and messages travel to the stars. The dream of flight has become a dream of interstellar exploration. We are still those early humans looking up, wondering what's next. The sky is filled with new lights and new destinations. Will we have flying cars, hypersonic travel, colonies on Mars? The dream is alive, inspiring us to reach higher. Flight is more than travel. It's hope, adventure, and the spirit to defy limits. We learn, rebuild, and keep reaching for the stars. To fly is to see ourselves from a higher perspective. The journey continues. The sky is not the end, it's the beginning. What's next? Only our imagination can say. If you loved this ride through history with an anime twist, hit that subscribe button like it's a launch button on a rocket. Drop a comment, which flying moment in history blew your mind, and share this video with someone who's ready to take off.